What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Chris, man. I am here to Work Hard, Play Harder podcast. It is Wednesday, August 6th, 2025. My name is Chris Drummond. I am a freelance sports reporter based out of upstate New York here and proprietor of this podcast, Work Hard, Play Harder, where I bring individuals on to talk about their why and get to know them outside of their occupation. I got a very special guest that's coming on with me today. She is a morning reporter based out of Birmingham, Alabama. Her name is Mya Caleb, and we're going to talk to her about her why of getting into journalism, and we're also going to ask her some get to know you questions. So, without any further ado, Mya, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, I'm happy to be here. Hello.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy to have you, no doubt. Happy to have you. Now, as I do with all of my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Hard podcast, the first question is the same, and that is, what is your why? Why do you do what you do? Did you have any role models or inspirations growing up? But ultimately, what is your why for getting into journalism?
I'm a storyteller. I've always been a storyteller just from the time that I was a kid. I used to get in trouble for how much I would talk in school, but it's just because I've always felt like I've had something to say. And, it's just coming from somebody that I have been shy most of my life, but I'm a talkative person. I've
Hmm.
found ways to kind of overcompensate that just over the course of my life. I just always feel like, if I have something I want to share with people, if there's a point that I'm trying to get across, or, information that I'm trying to relay to somebody that may help them with something, I'm going to tell it. And so, no matter how many times my mom may have told me growing up, stop talking, it's like, no, girl, I got something to say. It's storytelling is just, the gift that lives inside of me. And it just made sense, as somebody who was a musical theater kid and, did the announcements at school and church and everything like that. It's just
Right.
news kind of just fell into my lap. It's something that I started pursuing more seriously as a high schooler, and it led me from Texas all the way to Birmingham, Alabama. So,
Got you. I love that. So, are you from Texas?
yes, I'm from Houston.
Got you. Shout out to Houston. I have family out there in Houston. I love,
Come on, H Town.
no doubt, no doubt. I think what y'all, is it 713 area code? Is it 713?
We have several. You have 713, you have 832, 281. You got a new one, 346. I don't know anything about that. I have 832 area code
832.
personally.
Got you,
So,
got you. Listen, the last time I went to Houston, the only thing I don't like about Houston is y'all tolls. Y'all got too many damn tolls out there. I'm just telling y'all that right
oh
now.
yeah, I
Too many
haven't had
tolls.
a toll tag on my car in forever. I mean, we don't have them here in Birmingham. We didn't
Right.
have them when I lived in Beaumont. So whenever I'm in Houston, I just put on my GPS, avoid tolls, because I'm not finna pay for that. So.
Hello, I'm with you on that. No question about that. I want to ask you this because you started off going to Xavier University in Louisiana, but you finished up at Sam Houston State.
Oh, you
Uh,
did your research.
Oh, absolutely. No question. No question. Now, I want to know, uh, were there any other schools that could have persuaded you from going to those two universities?
In high school, at one point, I thought I was going to go to University of Texas because I mean, like, that's one of like the schools to go to. But first of all, too many people that I was graduating with, they were going there, and I just really was not. Uh, my high school experience wasn't my favorite, and I just wanted to do something different. I went to a summer program going into my senior year that introduced me to Xavier. Like, I had an aunt that went there, but it's just never a school I really thought of because I always thought of like pre med
Right,
whenever I thought of the school. But
right.
getting to see the communications department there and just get a brief glimpse of what HBCU life was like, I said, this is where I want to go. Xavier's the only HBCU that I ended up applying for, but I just knew I was going to be there. I just knew. The only other school that may have convinced me to, well, no, there are a couple other schools that might have been able to, pull me in that direction when it came time to transfer. But I know that
Right.
the plan was for me to come back to Texas if I did have to leave the school that I was at. And University of Houston was just way too close to home for my liking. Again, did not want to go to UT with my high school classmates. University of North Texas, which is another school I got into, they weren't really trying to give me any money. I think they offered me like a $1,000 scholarship. I'm like, what's that going to do? Buy two books?
You ain't
So
never lied
Sam Sam
that.
Houston State, right? The Sam Houston State really just ended up being the best opportunity. You know, I could have gone to PV, I could have gone to Texas Southern, but Sam Houston State has a really good journalism program, and just I felt like that's where I was being laid to go, and
I love
yeah,
it.
eat
I
them up,
love it.
cats.
I love that. Yes, I'm very familiar with Sam Houston State because my alma mater, Kennesaw State, played them in football. And yeah, we
Did we
got
win?
we got the hell beat out of us. There's no question about that. Sam Houston State beat us. That's for sure. No question about that because I believe they're FCS football and we're FCS football as well. So yeah,
Mm,
it was big time. So that's how I know about Sam Houston State for sure. But yes, I love Houston as
okay.
far as the city. I'm a sports person, so I love Minute Maid Park. I think that's amazing. Uh, but I gotta ask
You
you,
know they renamed it.
did they? What they name it to now?
It's it's Dyke and Park now, but
Ooh,
look, your mama named you Minute Maid, so I'm gonna call you Minute Maid. I'm so
I'm
sorry.
with you on that, Maya.
Like it took me forever to stop calling NRG Reliant because that's what I grew up with. So
Right. And last, I would say not last Christmas, but two Christmases ago, I got a chance to go see the Texans play as we visited some family out there in Houston versus the Kansas City Chiefs. I thought that was amazing. But
oh
I
yeah.
wanted to ask you this, being a Houston native, is Whataburger overrated?
No, I will never say that Whataburger is overrated.
Okay.
Now, guaranteed, I will say that it'll probably taste the best in Texas. Because I've had Whataburger outside the state. I've had it here. I had it, in Baton Rouge whenever I was in college. That one wasn't all that good. But no, I
Hmm.
will never in my life say that Whataburger is overrated ever.
Okay.
No.
So I have family in Atlanta, Georgia. That's where I went to school at. They just made a
Mhm.
Whataburger down there about a year ago. It was pretty good. It was pretty good, but I
You
always
got to
have.
try it in Texas.
I got one. Oh, trust me, I'm coming back out there to H Town now. I'm definitely gonna come back out there. It's one of my favorite cities. There's no question about it for a plethora of reasons, Maya, that we can't really get
I'm
into right now.
gl-
But
glad
yes.
you love my hometown. I'm glad you do.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. No question about it. I want to ask you some favorite questions. You just give me the
Okay.
411 off the rip based upon these favorite questions. Okay, so here we go. Favorite meal you like to cook?
I'm sorry, repeat that one more time.
No, you good. Favorite meal you like to cook?
Favorite meal I like to cook. Oh my goodness, this is gonna sound a little bougie, but I really love making steak. Oh my god, I love a steak so much. My best friend laughs at me all the time for this. She's like, "One thing about Maya, she go eat some steak." It's like, yeah, because I can make it better than some of the people at the restaurant. So I
Okay,
love steak with
I
potatoes
might,
and
ooh,
asparagus.
I might have to pull up to Birmingham just for that. I'm trying to tell you, girl. I'm trying to tell you. That's what's up. Now, hold on though. But I should preface my comments. How do you make your steak?
Um, like you're asking what temperature I cook it on.
Hmm.
I'm medium, medium rare depending on the day, but I typically stay around medium. I'm not eating no well done steak. I might as well go eat a tire. I ain't,
No.
mm-mm.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm with you. Okay, so my comments stand. I might as well come to Birmingham. That's what's up. I'm with you on that. I had to ask that question because some people do like that well done, and yeah, I ain't with. I was one of those. I'll be honest with you. I grew up being one of those. No longer.
hmm
I'm a medium to
I
medium rare
was
guy
one
now.
of those at one point, but my dad broadened my horizons when I was
Mhm.
like around 17, 18, and I haven't gone back since. So,
Okay, say less. I'm with you on that. I'm a huge taco person, so I love tacos. So it doesn't matter if it's chicken, steak, or turkey ground, beef. I love tacos with a passion. So yeah, I'm with you on
same.
that. Okay, that's what's up. I'm with you on that. Favorite concert you've ever attended?
Definitely got to be Beyonce. Oh my God, I love Beyonce so much. I've seen her 3 times. It
Hmm.
just she's great. I just saw her at Cowboy Carter. I had a time of my life. So yeah, Beyonce for sure.
Did you go to the Atlanta show?
Yeah, I did. I went to that
Mm,
Friday show.
okay, people driving all over the place to go see Baby Girl. I'm telling you, that
Well, she's
Beyonce.
just 2 hours from me, so and my mom lives there, so
Oh,
not a
okay.
big deal.
No doubt, no doubt. Listen, my family's still there too. I love Atlanta, Georgia, with all my heart. Spent over a decade there, so yeah, definitely love Atlanta, Georgia. But Beyonce,
Um, I ain't gonna say
um,
I love Atlanta, but I won't talk bad about them today either in case they come for me.
Thank you, Maya. I appreciate that. I appreciate you not talking bad about the 404. Don't talk about us like that. Come on now. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you on that though. Beyonce's a great show. She puts on a great show, great entertainer. I would say for me, The Weeknd is definitely somebody who I love. I love The Weeknd. One of my favorite
Mhm.
artists for sure. Now I have seen Beyonce in person a few times. She has a really big security guard. I used to do event security for this venue that
Mhm.
she came to and she did the concert, and her security guard was
You
like,
talk about Julius?
Yes, Julius. Oh my gosh. He about 6'8", three something. He about three. He's freaking lineman. He's that big. He's a big dude.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely. I got a chance to stand next to him, and I was like, brother, ain't nobody passing us. That's for sure. Ain't nobody passing
Right.
us on this stage. So I felt pretty good. I felt pretty good. Okay. Favorite place you've ever traveled to?
Favorite place I've ever traveled to, St. Croix. Oh
Mm,
my God, it's beautiful there.
okay. Okay.
I almost cried when I had to come back. I love St. Croix so much.
Now, was that a family trip, a girls' trip, or what kind of trip was that?
Family trip. My stepdad's family is from down there, so we went for Christmas in 2023. Spent some time with my great grandma, and it was just beautiful. Just eating good with family, just going to the beach.
Mhm.
It was very relaxing. I love St. Croix. It's a beautiful place.
Absolutely. Definitely on my bucket list. I have to hit you up and you have to give me some tips for when I do touch down out there for
Okay.
sure. No doubt.
Be prepared to see a lot of chickens walking around. They have a lot of chickens down there.
Well,
I'm
well,
serious.
I eat chicken all the time, so I might as well be prepared to see chicken. That's for sure. No doubt. No doubt. I would say my favorite place is Jamaica for sure. Uh,
Oh, that's on my list of places to go. I want to go to Jamaica and I want to go to Italy.
Well,
Mm,
we can swap. We can swap. Tell me about St. Croix. I'll tell you about Jamaica because Jamaica's absolutely wonderful. Food was good. People was
sounds good.
good. The beaches was good. The
Hmm.
water is clear. I mean, just clear as day. There, there's no
That
question about
Caribbean water is something else,
it.
man. I love it.
No doubt. I had a chance to go on a cruise. I went on a cruise last October, so
Ooh,
definitely
that's
was
also on
something
my
new.
list of things to do. I haven't been on a cruise yet. I want to go,
Please do put it on the bucket list and definitely do that
and
because
I will.
you will enjoy yourself. You would definitely will. I'm a sports person, so when I ask you a sports question, this is a two-part question. Favorite
Oh Lord.
sport,
Okay.
favorite sport you like to watch on TV, favorite sport you like to attend in person. They could be the same sport.
Favorite sport that I like to watch on TV would probably be basketball. But I really do like going to football games. But I like going to basketball games too. So it's kind of like a tie between the two. They're both really entertaining in TV, but even more entertaining in person.
Well, you definitely won me over. There's no question about it. I'm a sports guy, so of course, football and
Mhm.
basketball is my two favorite sports. I would say basketball in person. That's my number one sport. And then football is my number two sport, which I like to watch on TV. If you don't have a great seat for football, they could look like mini me's down there if you too high up in the stands. But if you covering it, it's a beautiful experience, no question about it.
Yeah.
So
Um,
basketball,
I-
I love either way.
yeah, basketball. I remember part of the I think it was was it the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8 tournament was down here from NCAA, the women's tournament, and oh yeah, I got to see South Carolina and Maryland play each. Oh my gosh! And I was at the front. I was right behind Donna Staley. When I say that game was, oh, I had a time. I was on the edge of my seat that
I
whole
I
game.
bet. That's what's up.
And so
Okay.
this is good basketball right here.
Okay. I'm with you on that. I totally love that. Which is something I haven't done yet, which is the women's tournament. I really hope I can knock that off
Oh,
in
women's
26.
basketball is. Listen, people sleep now, but they need to go ahead and like tune in. Don't wait till it's too late. Like women they be playing basketball. Like that's one thing I've noticed. I went to an NCAA game back when I was in eighth grade. I want to say I think Texas Southern and Prairie View were playing each other, and
Right.
I'm like y'all got to stop sleeping on women's basketball. Like don't get me wrong. Like men's basketball, they be out there doing the thing too, but them women be hooping.
They do.
They be hooping, so
No doubt about it. And I respect their games. I'm excited to see Juju Watkins this year. I'm excited to see her
yeah,
at
because she got
USC.
hurt, right?
She did. She tore her ACL in the
Mhm.
tournament. So
I
I'm
hate that for her.
excited to see her. AZ Fudd, which is one of my favorite players. She plays for UConn. So I'm excited to see her in her last year. And obviously they're the defending
Mhm.
champions. So it'd be interesting to see how college basketball is. But I'm also a huge WNBA fan as well, which I've got a chance
Mhm.
to cover that while I was in Minnesota covering the
I need
Lynx.
to go to a WNBA game. I want to go.
It would change your life. No question
I
about it.
bet.
No doubt. Okay, I like that though. We on the same page, girl. Last of the favorites. I'm a huge
Okay.
foodie. I'm a food person. I love to eat. I love going to different places. Tell me, what is your favorite place to go out to eat at?
Oh man, my favorite place to go out to eat. I eat at home so much. This is just so hard to answer, but mm, you know, this is gonna sound real typical to me, but whenever I, want to treat myself and I got the means to do so, I'm gonna go to Papa Do's. I love you some Papa Do's.
Oh,
Love me
okay.
some
You
Papa
about that
Do's.
seafood life, ain't you? You about that seafood
Oh,
life.
I love seafood. Oh my
Mm.
goodness. Look, crawfish, crab legs, shrimp, you name it. You name it.
Okay, okay. Well, let's put the gloves on you, and you get to cracking that lobster and everything, and then get the juices flowing everywhere. That's
You gonna judge me if I say I don't use gloves when I eat seafood? Cause it's like, man, I'm a real southerner. I don't, I don't need no gloves. Just give me the food and let's eat.
okay. Okay, is it still Papados? Because I want to know this. Is it still Papados over Juicy Crab?
I feel like that's an apples to oranges kind of comparison. So I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know, especially because I don't remember the last time I went to Juicy Crab. It's been so long.
It's been a
Yeah, I
minute.
don't know. I wouldn't compare the two. I probably wouldn't compare the two.
Papados shrimp is really on point though. This shrimp is on point.
Their calamari is what gets me. I really love
Mm,
calamari. Oh my
okay.
goodness.
Yeah, they only
Mm.
got a couple in Atlanta, Georgia. So the first time that I went down there and I was going to school down there, and then somebody said,
Hmm.
"Let's go to Papados." My friends actually took me there, and I was like, "Papados." I was like, "What the hell is that?" And they was like, "Yeah, it's a restaurant, man. It's a seafood restaurant. It'll change your life." Went there. Now I'm not a person, Maya, that really eats a lot of seafood. Not a seafood person,
Hmm.
but the shrimp was on point. I got the shrimp and steak, and anytime you can put those two together, it's a win-win for me. So yeah, I'm with that. I'm with that. So it's pretty good. Okay, okay, I'm with you on that. Let's talk about your day-to-day process.
Oh.
As you know, as a reporter, no 2 days are ever the same. You're doing different things, telling different stories, all the time, right? And sometimes you're staying late because of breaking news. Sometimes even when you're off, you're not off. You hear that phrase a lot, especially with us journalists, right? So, tell me, as a morning reporter, what is your day-to-day duties? What time do you normally start? What time do you normally end? How many stories do you do in a day? And stuff like that.
All right. So I work 3:30 to 11:30, but I try to get in before 3:30, so like anywhere between 3 and 3:15. Typically closer to the 3:15 side cuz look, it'd be early. I'd be trying my best. But I get in, I start working on my script. So, because I'm the morning reporter, I won't make a package. I'll typically just do a vote side. So for those that don't know what a vote side is, it's like I go live, have my introduction, I read over my VO. I have one soundbite, and then it comes back to me on camera. And I have a tag, and I go. And so I'll pick two different sound bites so I can have, excuse me, one for the two different blocks that they'll have me in. So you have the A block, which is the top of the show,
Right.
and then you have the D block, which comes 30 minutes into the show. So whatever I write for the A block will be different from what I write for the D block. And I'll just kind of rotate back and forth between those two scripts throughout the morning. But, I'll tweak them along the way. Sometimes I'll change out what soundbite I use. So, like, if I have two different sound bites for, 5:30, I might change my A block soundbite for the six. Just, to freshen it up a little bit. So if anybody is watching this all morning and they're not getting bored, hearing the same information
Over and over
over and
again.
over and over. But I
Right.
typically start going live at 4:30, sometimes at 5. It really just depends on, everything that goes into trying to get the story together, how far I have to go for my live shots. But I'm live every morning. I am live every morning, typically 4:35, 5:36,
Hmm.
6:30 headline, 6:45 tease, 6:55 final hit, and then I'll record what I did so they can have it in their midday show, which is at 11. But every now and then, I may have some breaking news or some big event that's happening that'll make me have to go live during the midday show as well too. At one point there were two morning reporters on my shift instead of one, and so we would swap weeks. Like one week it would be my week to go live on the midday, and then we would switch, and then the next week it would be his week to go live during the midday. But he's currently not on mornings right now. It's back to just being me. Just some changes happening in the newsroom right now. But yeah, that's just typically how my day goes. Whenever I'm done with my live shots around like 7, I've recorded what I needed for the midday show. Then I'll work ahead. So like for example, today I finished all my stuff around 7, got back to the station, and then I had an interview set up for 8:30. And
Right.
that interview that I got today will be my story for tomorrow.
Oh, okay. I love it. I
So
love
I
it.
do that. I do my web stuff whenever I get back to the station as well to make sure that I'm the producer for the midday show. They get my script so they can put it, in the system for what I just recorded from early that morning. So they'll
Mhm.
have it, go out, do my shoot, come back, try to pick my sound bites the day before whenever I do have time to do so, just so it
Absolutely.
makes it a little bit easier for me in the morning instead of, trying to scramble to get stuff done and get out the door in 30 minutes or less. Sometimes I will leave as soon as I get there, and my cameraman, he'll drive, and I'll work on my laptop and send stuff back to the producers just for time purposes.
Sure.
But like you said, no 2 days are the same. Like I have the same workflow every day, but even then, sometimes I don't. Sometimes, there's times where I've gotten in and it's like, oh, there's a shooting, you need to go now. Like, so whatever story I had planned for that day, I gotta hold it for the next day. And sometimes I'm like, you know what, that's fine because that means I don't have to work ahead once it's all over because I already have something that I shot in the can and I can
Right.
use that for
Right.
tomorrow.
Yep.
But yeah, I've been in the business going on 3 years now, and I cannot tell you any 2 days that have been the same. I have worked mornings, I've worked day side, I've worked night side, I've worked weekdays, I've worked weekends.
Hmm.
No two
Right.
days the same.
Right. Because you started in Texas as a multimedia journalist, if I'm not mistaken, before
Mm-hmm.
before you came to the Birmingham, Alabama. And listen, as a reporter journalist, you know this. That's what makes the job kind of fun is being able to wake up and have the unknown of you never know what you're going to do, which is exciting. You never know who you're going to talk to. You never know what stories you're going to be able to come up with and the ideas that you do. But you also, like you mentioned there, sometimes you got to pivot, right? Sometimes you have things all lined up and there's a monkey wrench that gets thrown into it. And then you're like, uh-oh,
You
okay, boom.
can't get too married to the stories that you're doing,
Absolutely.
because you never know what could happen. And sometimes it may work better that, one of your coworkers gets put on that story instead. Now, there are some instances, like I know that in June I got to do 3 stories about June being Black Music Month.
Hmm.
That was my original idea. Y'all not about to take my story. That's one thing I would have. That's mine. But in general, if like I'm doing something about, it being Heart Health Awareness Month or something like that, and I have to give the story to my coworker, okay, take it. Like
I
you
feel
got
that.
it.
I
So
feel that. Okay. Now, with that being said, I love how you articulated and broke your day down as it normally is. We deal with mental health and work-life balance, which is a great segue to this next question. And that's, a lot of journalists, Maya, have stepped away from this industry because of mental health, having mental health breakdowns or work-life balance, right? Because when you work in news, news is every day, news is nonstop. We work crazy type of hours. You just mentioned it, 3:30 to 11:30. It is not normal waking up at 1 something in the morning trying to get ready to go into work. I mean, that's just not normal, but that's the job that we love to do, and that's what we have to do. There's the sacrifices we have to make. However, it's tough because you are working through holidays, you are working through missing graduations and family time and different things of that nature, right? Because we're always working as journalists. Tell me, how do you keep your mental health strong but also still have that work-life balance because you seem like a wonderful woman to be around. There's no question about that. I'm sure your friends would tell you and family would tell you the same thing. I'm not breaking news here. But you also seem like someone who's very dedicated to a job. So tell me, how do you balance that out?
How do I balance it out? Well, the first thing I just want to put out there is that I want to dispel the notion because a lot of people will look at me and they be like, "Oh, she got it all together." I don't. I don't. I'm really good at dressing it up and making it look good, but I don't. People don't see the mini little breakdown you'll have 2 minutes before you got to go live and you got to get yourself together because the people are depending on you. They
Right,
have you have information that they need. Finding my work life balance has been difficult, especially working this shift. My friends want to go out to dinner, and it's time for me to go to bed. And then moving to Birmingham, I don't have any family in Birmingham.
right.
My mom lives 2 hours away in Atlanta, but I can't just up and go see her when I want because I have responsibilities here.
Sure.
The only family that I have in the state is like my grandma's siblings and stuff like that that live all the way in Mobile.
Right.
Um, so it's hard. You have to really be intentional about making sure that you take time for yourself as well. Because if you just constantly are putting out, putting out, putting out, and you aren't putting anything back into yourself, you will get burnt out. And burnout is very hard to recover from whenever you're having to deal with the hustle and bustle that news is. Um, I started going back to therapy a couple months ago, and that has helped me a lot.
Mm.
I really have done a lot of work to just be gracious with myself whenever I make mistakes, be gracious with myself, and remind myself that I do not have to be 100% every single day, that my best is going to look different every day, and that as long as I know that I gave what I was capable of giving, then I did my job for the day, and my goal is always to just be better today than I was the day before. Use that PTO. That's one thing I can say. Use that PTO if you don't do anything else. And this is not me telling people don't go to work, but the
Mm.
PTO is there for you to use it.
Right.
So don't think that like you're proving yourself in any different capacity because you never take off of work. Like, because if it comes down to it, like the way I see it is like, people love you, they love to watch you, they care about you, but if you die, they're still going to replace you.
Right.
You still have to be able to live your own life. You have to know what your yeses are so you know what your nos have to be.
Mm.
Um, and
Mm.
sometimes that no is, you know what, actually, no, I'm going to take this vacation. I'm going to take some time off. I'm going to use this personal day because I also have to take care of me and make sure that I'm okay. Like, I took off a whole week for my birthday. And I'm sure somebody has something to say about it, but it's just like, y'all don't know what it took out of me to move here 2 weeks before Christmas and go through a breakup right afterwards and deal with all the other stuff that I had to deal with. And I deal with seasonal depression. It's cold outside. It's dark outside. I had one friend when I moved out here. So yeah, when my birthday came around in March, no, I did not I wanted to take some time for me. I was finally eligible to use my PTO because my 90 days had been up, and I
Sure.
did that. And I
And as
have
you
no
should.
regrets about it because I mean, like, throughout the year, you'll see people go on a vacation or go on a cruise. They have their summertime,
Yep.
that they take work off on. So yeah, no, like, you have to just remember that you're not just a machine. You're not a robot that just puts out content every day. You also are a person with needs. And so when your body is signaling to you that you need to take care of yourself, don't ignore that, because I've worked myself to the point of feel like I have to do this, that, and the third to prove myself as a reporter. And I ended up in the ER in my first market, thinking that at
Wow.
23 years old I was having a heart attack. Don't do that to yourself, because at the end of the day, like, you could be gone just like that, and people will cry and they'll mourn and they'll post about you, but they will move on. So
Yeah, no, I appreciate the transparency. Thank you very much for that. It's a important question to ask, though, Maya. It really is, right? Because, like you said, people will move on. People will replace you. PTO is there for a reason. You hit a lot of points that were there. I love the fact that you said, you have to say. I think you said you have to say the yeses to know what the no's will be. If I'm quoting you right.
yeah,
I'm sorry if I misquote you, but I
no, it's
love
okay.
but I love that. I love that part because you are absolutely right. There's a misconception sometimes, Maya, that I feel that reporters have, and It's really simple. People see you on TV, they see the pretty lady like yourself being in front of the camera, what, five or, early in the morning, 5, 6, 8, 10, whatever you're doing your live shots. And like you said originally, they think you have it all made because that's what they want to do. They want to do that broadcast journalism. They want to be in front of the TV, but they don't understand the behind the scenes of what goes on in people's lives and what has to transpire for you to even get ready to be in front of the TV, what all you have to do to be in front of the TV. And
That's 10%, if that, of what we do. Like,
without question.
it's to the point where, like, I don't really care about being on TV. And not to say that I'm not going to put my best foot forward every time, but
Hmm.
that's such a small portion of what we do compared to everything else.
Right, right.
Like
But
they'll be like, for example, in my last market on New Year's Day,
hmm
the first story of the year that I covered was a triple murder suicide. It's one of the worst stories that I've had to be on as a reporter.
sure.
And, I had to get on there midday show and tell people, what was going on, where I was. And somebody was like, I watched your report and I couldn't tell that you had been crying right before. I'm like, yeah, because it's my job to get on TV and make it look good.
Right.
I deal with my feelings once the camera is off. Once the director tells me that I'm clear, I'm not on screen anymore. But yeah,
Right.
it's very small portion of what we do. It's our job to make it look good. Or like one thing that people used to think about me a lot is like, oh, I work in TV, so I make a lot of money. No, I make it look like I got money. I got no money. Like, don't be
Right,
fooled. So,
right, right. I love that. I love keep it real, keep it a buck. I'm with you on that. I'm totally with you on that. You're right. Money is definitely low in this profession, so that means you absolutely have to love what you do.
but if you
99
don't,
point
you won't make it.
you will not.
Even the people who love it don't always make it because it demands a lot out of you. And I mean, I know for me, I have no regrets about becoming a news reporter. Especially, I think about all the people who told me growing up that I couldn't do it. It's like,
Mhm.
look at me now, and what are you doing?
Right, absolutely. And but see, that's why people need to see the A side and the B side, right? The A side is what we do for work, going out there, being an advocate for the people, being a pillar in our community, a voice for the voiceless, all those cliches, right? Yeah, that's great, that's good, and that's what we do it for, and we love to do it. But the B side is understanding this is not something, if this ain't something you want to do with the for the right reasons, don't get into it. And that's not to
You have to
discourage
have a love
anybody.
for people. You for the one thing more than anything else, do not care about people knowing you. Do not care about being on camera. Make sure you care about being a public servant, about
Right.
helping your audience with something. Because
Absolutely.
there are times where if there's a really big breaking news event, it's going to be me and at least three other reporters because there's four stations in my market overall. There's going to be me and at least three other reporters out here covering the same thing. But what did I do to make sure that, excuse me, the viewer got the most helpful information that
No doubt.
they could get from me? I do not care about being famous or anything like that. Like, I'm glad whenever people see me and they see the work that I do and they acknowledge that. I mean, of course, nobody wants to put all this work into something and not get any acknowledgement for it ever. But my goal is always, what does the viewer need from me today? What information do they need from me today? How am I helping somebody? How am I changing lives? How am I saving lives? In
Mhm.
some instances, like I've been outside in snow, in hurricanes, in the aftermath of a tornado and stuff like that. Like, you have to care about what's best for your viewer.
No doubt. I love
Period.
that. I love that. And it's again, Maya, it's a great segue to the next question, and that's advice. What advice do you give maybe interns at the station that you probably have or have seen, or people that want to be in broadcast journalism like yourself? What kind of advice do you pass down to them?
Two things: have a real, know your why.
Mm.
Have a real and know your why, because that why is what will get you out of bed when you are tired, whenever you had to work a 12 or 14-hour shift the day before, whenever you're looking at your paycheck and you're like, okay, I got to do this, do that, whenever you have to move across the country to some place that you've never lived before and you
Hello.
don't know anybody,
Yep.
you have to know why you are doing this. That
Yes.
has to be your focus. Now, that I'd also say you are your best and biggest advocate. No two newsrooms are the same. Some experiences will be fair, some won't. You have to be able to speak up for yourself. Because at the end of the day, they're going to get what they need out of you. Make sure you're getting what you need out of it as well, too.
Hello, and you are one of very few people that have been on this podcast platform, and I've done over 300 plus episodes that have said that because I try to tell young kids that all the time that you got to it's really know your worth. Know your worth. Because you have to understand that, yeah, you trying to hustle and bustle, and yes, saying yes is great and doing all these different kind of things, but understand what your worth is. Understand what you bring to the table. Everybody don't bring the same thing to the table. So you got to understand what you bring because, like you said, companies are as loyal to you as you need to be loyal to them. Because at the end of the day, if you leave that company gonna continue to go on. So you got to make the best decision for you, as always. And that's it's difficult for people to understand that when they first get in, Maya, because they just want to be on the go, go, go. They want to
People
do
don't tell
everything.
you that whenever you're in school. There's a
They
lot
don't.
that I learned about the business that I did not know just being in school. I mean, my one of my professors in college definitely tried to tell us as best as he could because he was a news reporter and an anchor before he came to the school that I was at. But again, a lot of things you just won't know until you're in it. You just won't know
Absolutely.
until you're in it, and you just to always be have an appetite for learning. Always have an appetite for learning. Oh yeah, and one thing I would also tell people trying to
Go
get
ahead.
into this business too, you better get comfortable hearing the word no. You better get comfortable
Yeah.
hearing a critique about yourself
Yep.
because that separates you from people who just want to be known, from people who actually want to grow in the
Right.
business. I remember my first news station, my story pictures got rejected almost every day whenever I first got into the business. And I was just
What the hell's
like,
going on?
dang, like, what
Right.
am I doing here?
Right.
But it taught me so much about how to tell a good story and about what is and isn't impactful to the viewer. Like there's some stuff where I'm like, well, they like what story can I make out of this? Is it just me just regurgitating a bunch of info and that's it? What is something that's going to change somebody's, day? And so I really had to, get comfortable hearing those no's. Sometimes you'll have a really great story and everybody that you'll call for it or every interview that you try to go get for, like, a lot of stories that you'll have to do what's called a man on the street interview. And so it's like, and let's say I'm doing a story about gas prices. I'm going to go to the gas station and I'm going to talk to somebody at the gas station about how they feel about the gas prices. They are the man on the street. And sometimes you will look for about 10 MOSs and all of them will tell you no before you finally get somebody to talk to you.
You
You
right.
have got to get comfortable with that word no. That's just a part of it. And I know that was something that was hard for somebody like me. And it's not because like I just get my way in anything that I do, but one function of me, so I have ADHD, and one function of that is rejection sensitivity. And so it's just something that I've had to work with on myself over the years. Being in therapy has really helped, but I know that was hard because I go out and I have a story that I'm really 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 excited to tell and nobody wants to talk to me about it, and I know that I have to get back to the station after a certain point because I have a deadline to meet, and that was so frustrating. But I've learned how to just take the no, regroup, go ask somebody else. Somebody will eventually talk. Somebody will eventually talk.
Yep.
And sometimes you have to pivot and go to something else and save that story for another day.
Yep. I love that. Great advice. Great answer. We have we have ran into the portion of the podcast now to where I'm going to play my interactive game with you, and it's called This or That. It's a game I like to play with all of my guests here on the Work Hard, Play Harder podcast, and it's pretty simple, Maya.
Okay,
I'm going to throw some things at you, and you get to choose this or that. So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, here we go. Out of these two restaurants, which restaurant would you rather eat at? KFC or Popeyes?
Popeyes.
Girl, you on point like a period. I'm telling you that right
Yeah.
now. You doing your thing right now. Okay, here we go. Let's keep this thing going. All right. When it comes to chicken wings, which flavor would you rather have on a wing? Barbecue or lemon pepper?
Lemon pepper.
Do you like your wings wet or dry?
Dry.
Do you like your wings bone in or boneless?
Bone in. Boneless is a chicken nugget.
That's okay. I'm gonna tear that damn chicken nugget up. But but I'll tear the boneless. I'll tear the bone in up too now. But are you a dipper? Like,
I sure am.
do you like to dip your sauce and then eat the wing? Okay, okay. Now, I ain't mad at you now. I ain't mad. You know, get a wet wipe and go to work on the wings. I ain't mad at that. Um, these next four questions have to do with music concerts you rather attend. So here we go. Which music concert would you rather go to? Kendrick Lamar or Drake?
Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, we starting off pretty good going to see K Dot. I like that. Which music concert would you rather go to? Brandy or Monica?
Ooh, Brandy.
Okay, you know they're going on tour together.
They coming here.
Okay, are you going to it?
I don't think so because I think there are already a couple other concerts around the time that I'm going to. So I don't want to
Oh,
overdo it, but
I feel that. Okay, I ain't mad at that. Which music concert would you rather go to? Beyonce or Rihanna?
Beyonce. I love Rito, but Beyonce.
Okay, okay. Last one of the music. Which music concert would you rather go to? Chris Brown or Usher?
Usher.
Ooh, okay. You was very decisive in that. I like how decisive
I
you
am
are.
not the biggest Chris Brown fan, but I'm not gonna get into that because again, they gonna come for me, so I'm gonna be quiet. But I saw Usher the day before Thanksgiving.
Maya,
He was great.
I know where you going, and listen, it's okay. You parked the car and you said no, we're not gonna drive no more. I get it. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Okay. Um, when it comes to sports, which sport would you rather watch on TV? Baseball or hockey?
Baseball.
Okay.
Well, hockey. They be fighting. They be funny. Never mind. Hockey. I'll change my mind.
Okay, okay. Just say less. I'm with you on that. Which sport would you rather play? Badminton or bowling?
You said badminton or bowling?
Yes.
Badminton. I suck at bowling.
Oh,
I'm so bad
okay.
at bowling.
Okay. Well, do you need the bumpers in bowling?
I wouldn't say all that. I am grown, but I've gotten better at it. So no, I don't need the bumpers.
You would be surprised how many grown people on here talking about they need the bumpers. I was like, wow.
Don't give me no bumpers. I'm gonna take that as an insult.
I'm like, first of all, I told them, do you know if you bowl with the bumpers on your lane, your ass will be bowling by yourself. Because ain't no way in the world I'm bowling with you in the same lane. I'm not doing that. Mm-mm. You can't do that. You can listen. You can be the
I would
worst.
rather roll a gutter ball than to have them bumpers up. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, like we 2 years old, and you might as well get the little slide that you slide the ball down on the slide. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? So that's just me. Okay. Do you like desserts?
Oh yes.
Okay. So so I'm gonna name four categories of desserts. You have to choose one of these that you'll never eat again. So here we go.
Never eat again. Okay.
Never eat again. So here we go. The first one is ice cream. The second one is candy. The third one is cookies. The last one is group together. So they're cake slash pies. Which one are you getting rid of?
Ice cream, candy, cookies, or cake slash pies. Candy.
I would say you on point like a period again because I would do the same thing. Girl, I would get rid of the same. Now, I would say this, which is your favorite cookie to eat?
My favorite cookie. I'm real basic. I love a chocolate chip cookie. I love chocolate chips so much.
Yeah, chocolate chip is good. Chocolate chip is good. Just to be a little bit exotic and different, I would say gingerbread for me. I'm a huge gingerbread person, so yeah, love
Not
me,
bad.
love me a gingerbread cookie. Do you like potato chips?
Yes.
Okay, same format. I'm gonna name four brands. You have to choose one of these brands you'll never eat again. So here we go. The first one is going to be Pringles. The next one is going to be Doritos. The next brand is going to be Lay's. The last brand is Ruffles. Which one are you getting
This
rid
is
of?
a no-brainer. Pringles. I don't like Pringles. They taste real starchy to me. Like, tastes like I'm eating cardboard. No thanks.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Now you don't have to name the other three. But what's your favorite chip?
Oh, okay. So this is something that you probably will only ever hear of if you go to New Orleans frequently or you live there. It's this chip called Chewies. Oh my God. They have this barbecue flavor. Those are my favorite chips of all time. Anytime somebody I know, like that lives near me or my mom or whatever is going to New Orleans, I'm like, please pick me
Mm.
up a bag or two of Chewies. I have an obsession. That's why I'm glad that I have to go to New Orleans to get it. So I won't eat it all the time, but I love me some Chewies. Just
That's it's
so
funny.
good.
It's funny that you say that, Maya, because this past February I was in New Orleans for the Super Bowl covering it. And my hotel was down the street from there, and I went to a convenience store, and I was trying to figure out what the hell is Chiwis. I'm trying to understand. I saw a bag on the shelf, and I'm like, I've never heard of this damn brand before. It's like, what is that? And they would tell me, man, this chips is real good, man. I said, I do not want to pay for these chips, and they ain't good. So I did not try it. But now
Oh,
that you say it,
you
then
got to go try it.
the
Chili,
next the
especially the
next time.
barbecue ones, the orange bag, the orange
Mhm.
bag.
The next time I'm in New Orleans, there will definitely be a next time because their food is off the chain. The next time I'm in New Orleans, I would definitely try some Chiwis.
Man, I'm going next month, and I will be bringing back several bags of Chewies with me. So,
I bet you will, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy each bag. There's no question about it.
and I sure will. I
I
ain't
love
sharing
that.
either.
Okay, okay, I feel that. I feel that, girl. Listen, you buy, you eat. That's what it is. They didn't put in on it, so I feel you on that. I love asking this next question to journalists, and this is called bucket list. Give me a top four bucket list of events or stories that you would like to do in your journalism career that you haven't done yet.
Let's see. I've done hurricanes, tornadoes, snow, so that's out of the question now. Ooh, let's see. Top four events that I would like to cover. Um, it would be nice to cover an inauguration. I think that would be really cool.
Okay.
Um, slash interview a president. I've interviewed a governor before, so I think interviewing a president would also be really great.
Okay.
Let's see. Wow. Man, this is crazy to think about. What else would I really, really, really like to cover?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um.
I could. You know what? I could see you like on a red carpet too.
Oh yeah, I would love the red carpet. Look, please don't let Beyonce come down the red carpet. I'm crazy. Or any of my celebrity crushes, like, don't say no. I mean, I'm gonna do right, but just be happy
Yeah.
times
I
up.
know what you're gonna do. Yeah. You say you're gonna do right.
It's
I
like,
know that.
hey.
Right.
So yeah, red carpet inauguration, um, or just interviewing a president.
Mhm.
Period. And lastly,
Would you like to
let's
do
see.
a sporting event? Any sports event that you would like to do? Maybe March Madness.
Probably not, because I don't. I watch sports. I don't know enough about it to properly cover it. I don't, I would just be up there just saying whatever. So I'm probably not the best person to do sports with. Well, truth be told, like I don't like bad breaking news. Like whenever something really bad happens, but if like something crazy were to pop off, like a big like national breaking news story, and I had to be on desk for it, I would just like to test my skill set on that to see if it's something that I can handle. God forbid anything crazy happens, because like
Right.
you don't want the world to go up in flames. But I mean, that's one way to just really like test who you are as a journalist, and if I was trusted with that level of responsibility.
Right.
That's what would mean a lot to me. So that's why, like, news reporters, I would say we're kind of crazy, because it's like breaking news is kind of just like really where you get in your bag. You don't want bad stuff to happen, but the reporter mind kind of views it a different way. Like, I don't want bad things to happen. However, when they do, put me on it so I can
Right.
get out there and talk about what's going on.
Absolutely. Okay. I like that. I like those top four things to do, as far as events goes. And I like asking that question because that's something that people aspire to. people that want to do
Mhm.
something, right? You're speaking it into the existence. There could be one day you could be in DC covering an inauguration. I love that. I would love that for you. No question about it. So yeah, I love those events. What is some advice, Maya, that someone has gave you that you hold on dearly to?
To be true to myself, there's a reporter from another station out here that I met outside of work. Um, a group of people from his job, they went out for karaoke one night. And I got to talk to them and meet them. And a bunch of them were like, we be watching you. I was like, because I had only been here for like 2 months at the time. So
Hmm.
I'm never somebody who just like thinks that like I know what I can do, but I don't think I'm better than anybody. I just, just do my job and go home.
Right.
Um, but like, to hear that was cool. And we talked a little bit and just got to know each other a little bit more. A couple months later, I'm out on the story and I run into him. He pulls me aside. And he's like, "Hey, that young lady that I met that night at karaoke, that smile, that personality, that's who I want to see on TV. I don't want to see you be all, stiff and blah, 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 blah. I
Mhm.
want you to be yourself." And I feel like at times as a reporter, I definitely can go into like reporter mode and I've shut off all of my emotions because I know that I have a job to get done. I have a deadline that I'm worried about reaching.
Hmm.
But to hear somebody tell me that more than anything, that they want to see me and not just see my face, but actually see me on TV, it's something that I probably will hold on to the rest of the time that I am in this business because it just feels good for people to see you as you are for who you are, and they want more of that and not less.
Absolutely. I love that. I do. Kind of a bonus question that came up in my mind while you were talking, and that is dealing with hard news stories. Obviously, every story that we do is not going to be hard news. Some of them are going to be soft news and make you feel warm and fuzzy inside and make you smile. But there is some hard news stories being in this industry. How do you deal with hard news stories, and do you ever take it home with you?
You can't, you can't take it home. You can't take it home. But I talk to my close friends, my trusted sources in my life. I will go to them and so sometimes a quick text like, "Hey, I'm finna call you when I get off." Okay. I'll be there. I'll pick up the phone, talk to me. I'll call my dad. My dad, I talk to him all the time. I'm finna call him again because I called him earlier. He didn't pick up. But yeah, I'll just talk to people close to me and just, tell them about my day, tell them about what I saw so I don't internalize it. But then I also realize, like, it is my assignment to go and cover it, not take it home with me. If there's anything that I can do to help people beyond what I did in my reporting, I sure will.
Right.
Like I've had stories that I've covered, like, people who've passed away. I've gone to the funerals, sent the card and all those things. Or, I've gone to somebody's 100th birthday party, somebody I had interviewed for a completely different story. So I still try to show the human side of myself as much as I can when it comes to the stories I tell and the connections that I make through the business. But I also have to remember to leave work at work. So it takes a lot of work to just kind of put everything in a compartment, compartmentalize all of that. I have to leave work at work,
Right.
feel what I feel, but don't absorb it to the point where it consumes my entire life. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, once I say live in Birmingham, so and so, and I go off people's TV, they're not taking in the weight of everything that I said, taking it with them for the rest of their day. So I
Right.
have to be able to do the same thing. So,
I can respect that. I love that. I love that. I'm gonna ask you some rapid fire questions, Maya, and I want
okay.
I want you to just shout out the first thing that comes up to your mind. Okay?
Yeah.
So here we go. Pancakes or waffles?
Waffles,
Chicken or ribs?
chicken,
Juice or soda?
juice,
Favorite Netflix TV show?
forever.
Say what?
Forever.
Okay. I don't know who that is. I don't know what that is.
It
Okay.
just came out this year.
Oh, that's why. Got you. Say less. Okay. Favorite color?
Green.
Favorite alcoholic drink?
French 75.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. You got to explain to me what the hell that is.
Okay.
What is that?
I really don't even know how to explain it, except I know that it has gin in it and champagne. You know what? I'll revise the answer. Espresso martini. I love an espresso martini.
Okay, I'm a Hennessy dude, but you know Hennessy.
Ugh, you out here drinking jet fuel.
Here you go with that. Don't you listen? Hennessy, Dulce, Crown. I'm for that. You know what I'm saying? That's my
Douce
drink.
and lemonade. Douce and lemonade go together very well.
No,
So I've heard.
yes
Cause
it does. Yes it does. Trust me, I know. Trust me. No question about that. Okay. If you had a choice to pick between three people, who are the three people that you would choose, and where would you go on vacation with them? Now, before you select, you can pick family, friends, or celebrities.
ooh, celebrities. Okay. So vacation wise, if I had to choose three people to go with, first of all, my best friend. Cause come on, we about to go.
Okay.
Who else am I going on vacation with?
Two more people.
Well, I've gone on vacation with her already, so I'm not going to say her. I was going to say my mom, but I've gone on several vacations with her. So let me think of people I haven't gone on vacation with. So my best friend is one of them. Celebrity
You
wise,
can say Beyonce.
I feel like I keep saying her, but I'm not gonna lie though, that girl be traveling, so probably Beyonce,
Hmm.
and then if I were in a relationship with somebody, a significant other, so
Okay, okay. Maybe one of your male crushes. How about that?
yeah, yeah, let's say that.
Okay, okay. Now, where would you go?
Italy. I want to go to Italy. I really want to go to Italy.
Okay, I like that. I like that. Now, if you had a choice to choose between three songs and three artists that you can listen to on repeat and never get tired of, who would those three artists or three songs be?
Stevie Wonder is what's gonna come to my mind after.
Okay.
That's my favorite artist of all time. I know I've been saying Beyonce all day, but no, I love Stevie Wonder. I love him so much.
Mm-hmm.
Um, a song that I'll never get tired of is "The First Time I Ever Saw Your Face" by Roberta. Excuse me, Roberta Flack.
Oh,
It's a
yes,
beautiful
indeed.
song.
Yes, indeed. The cleanup
And
woman.
lastly, huh?
I said the cleanup woman is what you said. No, that's Betty
And
Wright,
let's
ain't it? That's Betty Wright,
Yeah.
isn't it? I'm so sorry. I'm
It's
tripping.
okay. It's
Go
okay.
ahead.
And then lastly, let's see. I'm trying to see if I want to list another song or list another artist. Um, I really, 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 really like Carmen McRae. I love her voice.
Okay. Okay. Let me redeem myself. The closer I get to you, is that Roberta Flack? Okay.
It is
Okay.
her and
So I redeem
Donny
myself.
Hathaway.
Yes, I redeem myself with that. Okay, that's what's up. I like that. I like that. Favorite board game.
Life. I love that game.
Yeah, it's pretty good game. Pretty good game. Favorite card game.
Oh no, because I don't know how to play spades.
Girl, listen, it's okay. You can't come to the cookout unless you know how to play spades or dominoes. You know that, right?
Oh, I'm coming to the cookout because I'm bringing sides. So
Oh, never mind. You invited. Yeah, that's what it is. You invited. You bringing something. You invited. Okay, that's what's up. Let me ask you this last one. Last of the rapid fire. If they tell you, Maya, you are one of the best reporters that I've seen, which is absolutely true in my opinion, and I'm sure many others, but you cannot do the genre of news. You got to do a different genre. You got to do one of these three. You got to do travel, entertainment, or sports. Which one are you choosing?
entertainment.
I love it. I love it. And this has been a really dope conversation, Maya. Just getting to know
Yes, it
you.
has. I've
Oh my
enjoyed
gosh.
myself.
Oh my goodness. Just hearing about you and growing up from Texas, graduating from San Houston State, knowing at a very early age this is something that you wanted to do. This is a role that's fit for you. Obviously, you're terrific at what you do, passionate at what you do. The camera loves your face. And so you have definitely got the right profession. There's no question about it. But the advice you gave, the advice that you've received, has also been instrumental in this podcast episode. I'm very blessed to have you on here and thankful again for you allocating your time to me to come on and talk about your why and your story. My final question to you Is there anything else you would like to add about yourself, the job, or anything at all before we conclude?
I'll just echo the advice given to me. Stay true to you. That's the best thing that you can do, whether in or out the business. Because some people wake up one day and they realize that this isn't for them. And I wouldn't want them to feel bad about that
Right.
because it served a purpose for that season in your life. So chase after your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you no. You're going to hear a lot of no's, but don't take no for an answer.
Hmm.
Um,
I
I'm
like that.
doing something now that I never would have imagined that the very timid version of myself that I was growing up would ever be able to do. And I'm doing it. And I know that there's so much more in store for me in and outside of this business as I continue to just develop and grow. There's a lot of heights that I haven't seen yet, a lot of places that my gift for storytelling will take me.
Hmm.
So if you really truly feel strongly about something, put your foot on the gas. You have one life to live and live it for you, not for anybody else.
That's what I'm talking about, girl. Drop that damn mic, and you just did that. I appreciate you doing what you do. You take care and enjoy the rest of your Wednesday evening and your week. Maya, you and I will definitely be in touch.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem. Take care.
All right. Bye bye.